And we're back.
What? Let's get this show started.
Can you take me back when we were just kids? We weren't scared of getting older, yeah. 'Cause no one knows you like they know you, and no one probably ever will. You can grow up, make new ones, but truth is, there's nothing like old friends. 'Cause you can't make old friends. Yeah. Can you take me back when we were just kids who weren't scared of getting older? Yeah. Now I've got some good friends now.
Welcome to the show that has little to no meaning and makes little to no sense. It is the show where you can expect the unexpected. This is Nonsensical Talk, on the air and in the cloud. Those crazy hosts will talk about anything and everything. And now, from their home studios in Middle Tennessee, here is your hosts, Alan Robertson and Joey Smith.
I love it. So, Joey, we have jumped in and done 2 recordings. Going to have them out both in the month of July. This is going to be awesome. In the last podcast, we pulled up chips. You did the tangy ketchup, and I did I think they were called the Dynamita. So I don't know why, but those were very popular. I see you over there. You're
Trying to get this to focus on me. For those in the listening world. All right, here we go. Let me just zoom back a little. There we go. Here we go. All right.
It's trying.
It is really trying.
There you go.
Oh, it did when I was animated. Like a person's here. I make a difference. I'm a human being.
I love it. Not Pinocchio. I hear your chip bag rolling in the back.
I'm a real boy.
So this time, we're going for the hot mustard Doritos. And we saw a challenge on TikTok.
You hear that?
Yes. So, I'm afraid to move my face away so I don't get it over there. All right. Now this thing is open.
Should we do it at the same time?
Yeah, I think so.
Is your palate cleaned? Is your palate clean? Like, did you just like...
I had dinner about an hour ago.
Okay, so you had...
So...
I've had nothing but water.
Oh, well, the Dynamitos had a smell that was very pungent of strong. This one has a very pleasant smell. It actually... I don't know if you like hot mustard on your chicken or stuff like that.
I'm a side of me wonders, is it going to be like hot dog mustard? Is it going to have like a little sourness to it?
Or like remember the little packs you get at the Chinese joint whenever you put that hot mustard on it? Is it got that flavor?
Yeah. Or is it going to have like a little bit of pickle type flavor?
I am just about curious. We got the flame coming off the side. This right here.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask it.
Tangent time. Do you like mustard potato salad? Or do you like the mayonnaise potato salad?
I like both, to be honest.
I like the yellow. I like the mustard.
I like them both. As a matter of fact, I like the Duke's mayonnaise better. It's got kind of a creamy, sweet taste to it. But I do like the potato salad that's made with mustard. So not only that, but also I like the mayo and mustard on my deviled eggs. I make great deviled eggs with that pickles.
Yeah.
Okay. So so here we go. Let's do this. So this thing has 17 carbohydrates. I can eat 11 of these chips, and then it says I'm done. But here's the fun part. This says the container contains 9 servings, about 11 chips. Now, there's a lot more than 11 chips in there, Joey. 11, I don't
Broken
know.
chips don't count. Broken chips don't count.
So here we go.
So are we going for this?
Go for it. Let's just do it. Okay. Now that has got some good flavor. I don't know about hot mustard.
No, it's definitely mustard.
Mustard, and I think I'm tasting a little bit of pepper. Now these could be addictive.
I'm starting to get a little aftertaste. Making me salivate a little bit.
Woo, that's good. So I'm gonna have to give this a 5 out of 5, buddy. 5 out of 5. I think I could go through 3 or 4 servings of setting easily. I mean, it's got that little bit of, you can tell that it's a Dorito. Got a little Dorito flavor in it. Got a little mustardy taste to it. And it's got kind of like that, I don't know if you've had the spicy Doritos, but it's got just a hint of that spice on there. So I don't know whether I'd be happy that this tastes good or sad that it tastes good, because I think hot mustard, I love to get the hot mustard and put on my chicken, and it gives it that horseradish taste to it. But this has got kind of like, I don't know, just
Little bit of horseradish.
yeah.
There's a little bit of horseradish taste there.
That's what I'm
almost like a little wasabi.
Ooh, didn't even think of that. You might be almost right there. Okay. Okay. So go out to your local Kroger. Don't touch your
It
face.
got up in my nose. Got up in my nose a little bit. That last one.
Go out to your Kroger, is where Joey and I found these, and it's right beside it, and it's not on the chip aisle, so don't go on the chip aisle. It's actually on an end cap somewhere in the store.
Like in the front of the store.
Yeah,
In the front.
hot mustard Doritos. I am loving this hot mustard to me. All right, now that is awesome. And to wash it down, Joey did water, but I do the Milo's sweet tea. Milo's.
Do you like the yellow
bomb.
cap?
The yellow cap is awesome. As a matter of fact, I
Yeah.
get 5
Yep.
gallons of the yellow cap a week,
Yellow cap is Splenda.
which is now a carcinogen. If you were to believe what came out in the report this past week.
I think everything's a carcinogen if you do it and don't do it in moderation.
If you
Alan, you know
drink,
what that reminds me of?
if you drink water, you're in good shape.
Tangent time. When I was in college, I was taking anatomy and physiology. And our professor was talking about, I believe it was saccharin, the sweetener.
Uh-huh.
And there was an article that came out that it caused, let me see what, let me just find it real quick. There was an article that was released that this sweetener caused cancer because they had all this saccharin or whatever the sweetener was. I'm going to look it up. And they fed it to like a team of mice. Every one of the mice got cancer. But here's what happened. You got to look at the dose. They fed a bathtub size of this sweetener to the mice. it would be like me and you eating our way through a house field size
Oh my God.
of sweetener. We would have had to live like 1,000 years and just be eating like 5 pounds of that sweetener every day for 1,000 years to get that much of a dose to cause that cancer. And so sometimes you can't read just the title, because that is clickbait to make you click on the article, because
Right.
magazines and online subscriptions, they get paid by the advertisers on the number of clicks, so they
Yep.
make the title sometimes not even what the article is about. Like the finding is like, well, kind of it causes cancer if you ate this much of a dose every day for 1,000 years.
So that is wild.
So I learned in that very first anatomy and physiology class, University of Kentucky, Hopkinsville Community College had a local University of Kentucky branch there, and that was a valuable lesson about clickbait before clickbait even like we didn't get on the internet then. And
that was before AOL. Let me say that right.
Yeah, Tangent Time. You got any of those CDs? AOL, like 1,500 hours, free hours to get on the internet.
I threw away the CD-ROM probably about 7 years ago. I found one in a box.
I've got one that can hook up as a USB drive.
Oh my God!
And it's an external DVD writer where I could like throw a movie in there, copy it, burn it.
So now it's the guy.
I would never do that, Alan. I do not have like 500 movies from like when Netflix mailed you movies at home.
You had your DVD hooked up to it.
I would just have them. I just had this movie for like a few hours, and I dropped it back in the mail to have them send me 3 more. I did not do that.
Look. Since Voodoo came out, or I guess it was before Voodoo, it was Walmart. Then it became Voodoo. Now it's Fandango. And I've got like 200 and something movies that I've purchased that are online that I check out often. And of course, 2 of the all-time greatest movies are Top Gun and Maverick are on my Voodoo Fandango account. And I like to watch them quite regularly.
Remember when I sent you that text to go see Maverick?
Yes. No, I remember
it was,
and I wanted to go see it at the theater so bad, but I chose not to.
I went to the theater. I'm so glad I did. I was sitting in my seat. Like whenever he was pulling those G's, I was like, I was in my seat doing that. Like
I was on my couch doing that.
Like he was like, when he was showing the kids how to run that route.
Yeah.
Oh man, someone like folks have asked me, said, "Was that any good?" I was like, "It's the best movie I've seen in at least 10 years."
Yes, easily,
because it tugs at your heartstrings. For
especially
us that
spoiler
watched it
alert.
in the 80s. And we joined the Navy because of watching Top Gun. I mean, that was an advertisement of we wanted, we thought we were going to Top Gun.
Now, I don't think that was the true allure, but it did have some romantic portions of it, right?
It did. It made us think that's what it was like.
Yeah. And believe it or not, Joey, that was some 32 years ago. Can you believe that crap? 32 years ago.
It will be 33 years ago.
In August.
Yes, next month for you.
Yep, August
and September
13th.
For me.
Yep.
33 years. When people hear you were in the Navy, I'm like, yes, 30-something years ago I was in the Navy. They're like, oh my gosh, how old are you? I'm like, I'm old, but easy living and being playful all my life has just blessed me a little bit for being there's a little side of me that's immature, and it's fortunately
a little side
a little and fortunately some of the immaturity is external, but I am getting some gray on the sides a little bit, It's
Mine's just gray. And look, mine's just gray. It's just there. It is what it is. But that's
it's
okay.
distinguished. You look very distinguished.
I had one of my employees came up to me a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about age, and they told me they were 26 years old. I said, 26? You realize that I'd already been in and out of the Navy before you were even born? That's horrible.
It's like we'd already kicked Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait.
I've already two.
Then you were born.
That's what I told him. I said, man, I've almost lived 2 of your lives. But that's pretty good though. That's pretty good.
It's good stuff.
So we
have our feet in several decades.
Several decades.
Yeah, like we were teenagers through the 80s.
The 80s.
Of all that music.
The greatest time of all. I mean, people say the 70s. No, when they get to the 80s, that's when the time got fun.
That's when music got really good. The 90s, I would call our hip hop era.
Yeah, that's when that kind of grew out.
It was Boys to Men and Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yep.
Now all of New Edition. New Edition was an 80s group, but all those New Edition single artists went their own way. Oh, we're on a tangent right now, Alan.
I know. It happens.
We're riding it. But we
ride away, baby.
We brought the listeners and viewers along with us on that tangent. They went seamlessly with us. Like
they didn't know where they were. They were
there was this wave of 80s music and 90s hip hop, R&B, and they just kind of hopped on that wave with us.
Man, that's some fun times. And then you look at 2000s.
Saved by the Bell was in the 90s.
Yeah, a lot of those. I guess I watched a couple of movies a couple of weeks ago that were from the 80s, and I'm sitting there watching those movies going, now, how did I think that was that good back then?
Alan, I know what you're talking about. I watched a movie at your house in 1987, The Philadelphia Experiment. And try to watch. Go try to watch that movie now. You're gonna be like, guys, you're gonna build it up for your kids and look ridiculous. You're gonna This is a sci-fi movie, guys.
That was high
His ship
tech.
disappears, and then he reappears in a different, like a wormhole, and reappears like in today's age. But he's really from the 40s, like, and they're gonna go like, yes. Is this the best graphics you guys had back then? You're like, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like Tremors. Great movie. Come on, man. Come on, man. Great movie. But it was the actors that made it good. The movie sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious thinking of stuff like that.
Tremors. Follow me on this, Alan.
Uh-huh.
Is Sharknado the Tremors
of the sea
of today?
I don't know, because the Sharknadoes was horrible.
They made all those Tremors.
Yeah. Now, after the first one, they should have stopped because the rest of them sucked. But the first one was phenomenal. Sharknado sucked on the first one as bad as the second, third, and fourth. And I don't know where they at now. 8, 9. Who the?
It's like on Deadpool. On Deadpool, he's like, "Which Sharknado are we on?"
It's crazy. I mean, who would have thought that a tornado could pick sharks up and put them on the street, and then they're eating people on the street? How? I've seen sharks on the beach, and they can't move hardly. So, how do they move on the street with a little bit of water? No, they can't do that.
They do a really good job.
Yeah, they did a really good job at making a horrible movie.
The sharks in the Pacific Ocean are.
I'm sorry, talent. But I always thought that Sharknado, when it first came out, was the baby shark. Da, 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 da.
Don't get that stuck in our heads.
I'm sorry. I saw
If that comes on one of the Sharknadoes, I'm surprised they haven't used it.
Look, I saw. I was watching a TikTok earlier. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? And Chris Sahonen, who is big fat, came on, and the only thing I could think about was that stupid shark that, or the baby shark, where he pulled the shirt up and did that. Oh my god! And made his name by doing that crazy crap there. Come
Over
on,
a
man.
million followers.
Two. The boy's got 2 million followers, and now
Is he still living in Hopkinsville? Because I saw where he moved.
He moved, but I think he is still in Hopkinsville. I just think he moved out of the area he was because he got tired of people coming to his house all the time.
They'll find it.
They'll find his new house. You can't be famous. You can't be TikTok famous and go hide.
They find Alan Robertson. They gonna find you.
They hadn't found me yet. They probably won't. They'd have to be pretty rural to find me. There ain't but a handful of people know where I live. See, I'm not like you, Joey. I haven't been in the same house forever. I've only been here for 4 years, and I probably won't be here. I probably won't be here in 4 more years. Even though I had this house built for my forever home, who would have thought that from Burns to Gallatin, all because I took a job for another company in Gallatin, and so I work from 5 to 5 Monday through Friday because that's how long it takes me to drive.
Sumner County is a good county.
Hey, any county that Leland lives in, I'm there.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, Dixon County's good too. Burns is a good area.
I like this area. I love the area that I'm in. But the thing is that hour and 20-minute drive in the morning and an hour and 35-minute in the afternoon can wear on an old man. So, and a lot of people think, hey, why did your show stop? That stopped it. When you're working 12 to 13 to 14 hours a day, you get home, you drag in, you eat dinner, you go to bed, wake up and go do it again tomorrow. And so it was kind of like fun. But, we've kind of got it where it's slowed down a little bit now, and it's a little bit easier on me. So hopefully, Joey, your schedule gets to where you're not always traveling. That's awesome to get back in and doing this a little bit again for everybody to have a laugh. That's all we're doing. Come have a laugh. Because, believe it or not, we saw this on TikTok, so we stole it.
Yeah,
we stole it, and we're going to continue this little jaunt down the lane. We are looking at different chips to try. So, hey, go on our Facebook account and pull it up. Put on there what chips that are out there that you would like for us to try. And Joey and I we'll make an attempt to try to find them. That's the hard part. And we'll go from there. And if we can find them, we'll eat them.
The guy that is the lead actor, hold on, my camera's coming out of focus. Let me bring it back in.
Bring it back.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Wake the camera up.
Okay. The guy's the lead actress. He'll come on in just a second. You're just going to have to look at Blurry Joey like I'm Bigfoot.
Blurry Joey? Is that Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
As soon as you did this, Joey, as soon as you did that, and you took it away, it went south.
Okay, that's the problem. There we go. Look at that.
Buddy, it won't say hot mustard.
Alan. I need to keep his chips like right here. I mean,
Doritos gets free advertisement. Brings
me into 720p at least. Just Doritos. It doesn't even claim to do that. Okay, the lead actor on Shang-Chi, the Marvel movie, is pronounced Simu. It's Simu, but it's Simu. And his last name is Lee Ju.
Simu
and
Lee Ju.
He's a Canadian actor. Mm-hmm. He was born in China, but he did that one TikTok on that we need to tag him in this too. So we tried the spicy ketchup
Tangy
chips,
ketchup.
tangy ketchup, because you were letting us know that Canada has these chips that we don't have in America, and I'm so glad that you did that. So Simu, thank you.
Thank you.
Alan and I will be glad to be extras in the next uh, uh, Shang-Chi 2 or 3. We'll be glad to be extras in that, or we could be Avengers.
Or we just get in your documentary and talk about how you persuaded us to try different chips.
You could be on it, and then we can say, now tell us about these 10 rings, man. All right, look, my camera's getting out of focus. Watch this, Alan.
It doesn't. It's got to have the hot mustard. Shut the front door. Shut the front door here. So, all right. So Joey and I are gonna, like I say, we're gonna pull up the hot mustard chips. We're going to do more chips on our next show. So get prepared. If you've got a chip that you want us to try that you think's the greatest.
Oh gosh, be careful! They're going to ask us to do the one chip challenge.
I'm not doing the one chip challenge because I have a sense of my brain.
Yeah, that the Carolina Reaper or
Nope.
whatever it is that's in there.
Nope.
We've already seen all of those TikToks. People go in the emergency room. Alan and I are 53 years old, and
We ain't going to do that crap.
something comes with a little bit of age. And it's don't
That's
do that
wisdom.
on camera. Like, don't do that on camera.
Oh,
And
my
if
Lord.
you do, like this, like just.
And no, I wouldn't even put my finger on it because I'm afraid that it would burn my finger. So,
Yeah.
True story. I went down to a place that's no longer open in Nashville called 1016. And the reason why they called it 1016 was TENN 16 is because the address was 1016. And it was right down there on Gallatin Pike, downtown on Main Street in Gallatin Pike, where they make a meat there at the, I think it's called Four Corners. And they had a Nashville hot chicken that they brought out. And I like to try different things. And so I did. And that Nashville hot chicken lit me on fire. But let me tell you, I ate that thing dying. From here was all just like bright bloodshot red because it killed my mouth. And I told the lady, I said, just keep bringing me honey and bread. That's all I could do. But I ate that Nashville hot chicken, and I swore up and down that I would never, ever, never, ever, ever do that again. So I paused. It took a full day for my face to stop being so bloodshot. And I decided that ain't happening again. We went to Hattie B's, and I got the mild. And my God, that was hot. So
It is very, very cool that Nashville has this flavor that is known around the country and around the world of Nashville hot chicken, and I really try to get it anytime I'm at a Nashville mom and pop type restaurant. So.
I have broke myself
and,
from doing
and
that.
sometimes I have to pick at it a little bit because it is like red hot sauce
Yes.
that was put on your chicken. It's like that.
Horrible. But let me tell you, there's another place that if you ever go to Memphis, you have to go downtown Memphis. It's a little hole in the wall shack called Gus's Chicken. And they make the best chicken, I think, in the world. And that's pretty big. I went to Gus's Chicken. The last time I went was in 2015. And I wish that if I was to ever go back to Memphis, I would only go for the chicken. I wouldn't go for any other reason. Gus's Chicken is by far the best place that I've ever had chicken. And you have to go to the one downtown Memphis, because if you went to any of their other little outlying areas, no go. They don't make them the same. It was almost like what was that old barbecue joint that was from Memphis that they opened?
Rendezvous.
No, not Rendezvous. That was the
That's
Greek.
downtown.
Yeah, that was downtown. But there was another one, Neely's Barbecue, and they went on. I think what was it, QVC or what was the other one? The other shopping network, whatever it was. But they would sell it online or sell it through exclusively through the Home Shopping Network, HSN, that's it, or QVC, and they would ship it from their place there in Memphis. But the only time you could get truly good Neely's barbecue is you had to go down to the Neely's that was in downtown Nashville. You couldn't go anywhere else. There was a Neely's. Well, when I moved to Nashville back in 2011, they had a Neely's over in the Rosa Parks area, and it was in that college that sits on the water out by the Titans practice stadium. And I'm gonna tell you, I had that, and I figured out how they were making it. So they freeze dried it, shipped it there, and then put it in water to reheat it, and then opened up the bags and poured it out into a bowl, and that's how they served it. I went, that just ain't Neely's.
Yeah.
So, anyways, true
Now,
fact.
hey, when's the last time you were in Rendezvous?
Last time I had Rendezvous was probably in, I'm going to say 2005, I think.
You know, one thing just reminded me of having the mustard chips. Charlie Vargas, Rendezvous, downtown Memphis, historic place. They have homemade coleslaw, mustard coleslaw.
Yep.
And it is delicious. You can't get it anywhere else.
The coleslaw and the gumbo are by far the two best things that Rendezvous does. Their ribs, I would say, I could go with them or without them.
I go with the pulled pork. I usually go.
Pulled pork is better.
Pulled pork plate with potato salad and coleslaw. That's usually what I go. That's my go-to when I'm at a barbecue place.
And your gumbo at Rendezvous is by far the best.
We'll have to tag Rendezvous in our YouTube on this, and
just so that way
give them a shout out, because
I
like to hit Rendezvous when I'm in downtown Memphis.
Well, the next time you're in downtown Memphis, forget Rendezvous and go down to Gus's Chicken. It's not that much further down the street. As a matter of fact, it's right there.
I've not had it before, so we'll tag Gus's also. Gus's, I'm going to give you a try.
I'm going to tell you what.
You won't even know that there's a celebrity in your place.
So
I won't know it either.
If you go on YouTube and you look up Man versus Food, he actually went there whenever he was he did the challenge of the Sasquatch burger that was at Bigfoot downtown Memphis, and he went to Gus's Chicken, and they kind of tell you a little bit of how they make it, but you don't get to see all the secret ingredients. You get to see them make it, but you don't get to see the secret ingredient. But by far, some of the best eating. I'm not a big fan of Memphis, but I lived there for way too long. But they had way good food down there. That's why I take up most of the camera shot here. Oh, man. So let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that pops into our heads. That's just the tangent talk.
I love it.
So places to eat, movies to watch. I'll give you one last thing. So I come up with a bunch of sayings that are out there, right? And I actually came up with one I used to be here a lot called buttload. Somebody say you have a buttload of something. So if you
there's
watch,
no buttload metric ton.
There is
there's no metric system for a buttload. Like, how's that convert? How does it convert? 2.2?
There
2.2
actually is.
buttloads is a...
There actually is. A buttload is 384 gallons. That is
that is liquid. Gallon's liquid.
Yep. So
how does that convert? I guess if you go to a metric system, it's done by tens. No, wait a minute. Gallons is not metric. Gallons is standard measurement. Standard.
So the funny part is the reason why they use the liquid is because a butt is actually a barrel, a wooden barrel that has six seams.
It's not the atomic, the anatomy butt load.
No,
is what you're saying. It is. There is a butt, like it is this, just like a 55 calorie drum.
Made of wood, kind of like a whiskey barrel, but it has. They used to it called six seams. In other words, I think they had like 3 slats on one side, 3 slats on the other, and then they put it together with like a whiskey barrel, and they were able to put 300 or I think in England, if you converted what they considered, because they considered it in empirical, which was kind of like a roll measurement. But if you were to convert it to, I know that I told you it was 138. It's 126 gallons if you go by the empirical row, because it was made with wine. So the wine was in the metal barrel, and they called it a buttload of wine. So if somebody says you got a buttload of something, you got a lot of it.
At least you have a specific amount.
Yes, at least you can say, I have 126 gallons of wine if I've got a buttload of wine.
Or you could say, that ain't 126 gallons.
No.
Next time someone says that's a buttload of that, you go, I mean, it's a lot, but I don't know if it's 126 gallons.
Get you 126 of those box wines and strap them together and say, look, I got a buttload of wine.
Get ready, guys.
That's a lot of wine boxes.
Hope you guys are thirsty. No, literally. Literally, I have a buttload of wine.
You would have to say.
Metaphor, literally. You know, when people use literally wrong, you want to...
literally? Literally.
Yeah. Literally, I died. You know, that's like, no, you did not. You did not.
You're still
not literally
talking. You're still talking to us. So I thought that was like a little fun saying that was a long time ago that I picked up that I really didn't even know what it meant. And then one day I said, I wonder what it meant. Kind of like the word jackwagon. I didn't know what jackwagon meant until one day I said, hey, Internet, tell me what jackwagon means. And who knew that it had to come from the war where the Americans used to say that if their Jeep wasn't worth a crap, it was a jackwagon. So I thought that was kind of hilarious to start listening to that stuff that comes out. And I'm like, my God, really? So just a little tangent on words that mean something that I never knew that I knew what they meant until now. Thank you, Internet. Thank you, I don't know, who's Al Gore. Thank you, Al Gore, for letting us have the Internet. Because he found the Internet. So all kinds of fun stuff out there. Fun facts that you can find on the Internet that may be true, may not be true. I don't know what else we could say about that. But go get you a buttload of wine and try not to drink it all in one day. You might not be around for the next set. So, anything else that we can tell?
Alan, we moved some stuff on. We moved a few ideas on this show. Like we learned a little bit. We laughed a little bit. We didn't cry. We just.
Well, I don't know. If you take one of these and rub them in your eye, you might cry.
Ooh, crunch them in your hands and put them in someone's eyes. It's like if you're being mugged. So if you're on a subway in New York City,
have a bag of these right there.
Have a bag of these bad boys. Say, hey, Just look at someone, get crumbs all on your hands.
I'm throwing Doritos like Ninja
we can
Stars.
Wrestle. We can wrestle. We can tussle.
We can
You
wrestle.
sure you want to tussle with a guy with mustard all over his hands?
That's horseradish mustard, baby.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
And have some open up a jar of it and rub some horseradish. Say that's so the mustard chips will stick to it.
Whoa! Now that might be an idea.
As
I
a
wonder
weapon.
if there is. I wonder if there is a horseradish shooting gun, kind of like a. You know how they got the pepper spray? I bet if you put horseradish in people's eyes, that would kill some sight. And it would probably be very affordable if you just carried a jar of it and go, in your face. We'll see what that's like. But yeah, all good things come. And let's see. Well, Joey, do you have anything else that you can find that you want to throw out this way to enlighten these folks? Because I have run to the bottom of my buttload of information for this week.
I've got so much stuff, Alan, but it's going to have to be other episodes because these folks need a break. Like they need to let this digest. Think about the mustard chips, the 80s songs, and Maverick, the movies, the R&B during the 90s.
We'll take you down the memory lane and bring you back again.
Go to Memphis, eat some Charlie Vargas and
Gus's chicken, baby.
Gus's chicken.
Gus's chicken.
So
it's right there.
They've got a lot of words in their head from they're going to rewind this thing and go.
They're going to need to go to Memphis for a day just so they can go get barbecue and chicken.
Go by Elvis's house, Graceland.
I was kind of disappointed with Graceland, so I'm not going to tell anybody to go into Graceland.
What happened with Graceland?
It'd be like, hey, guy, come and hang out in my shag carpet house with no remote controls, all these turned.
You know what I had a different experience. I viewed it from, this is Elvis who was born in a rural place in Mississippi, and this was fancy to him. This was his dream.
Well, you also got to look. That was the 70s. So the 60s and 70s was the style. They just never changed anything.
Yeah.
I mean, who makes a jungle room now? I'm sure there's some out there.
And Alan, whenever I saw the jungle room, I thought this is a rumpus room with paneling walls. That with green carpet.
Oh my God!
Nice job rebranding is what I was thinking. No, guys, in jungle room. I know paneling walls, Elvis, when I see it, but I'm one of your dudes that you paying a lot of money to wear a cowboy hat around you, so I'm gonna just go with you on this.
Oh my God! Okay, all right, Joey. Tell you what. Let's let these folks get back at it, and I'll tell you, we've enjoyed coming at you again, and we're going to do it again real soon. So hang out, wait for the next one to come out. We're going to start rolling these out a lot more often as the year goes on. We're going to find time to just sit here and talk about nothing, but don't forget, we still like the history of things like our trips down to Adams. I still want to go do the Bell Witch Cave. I want to do that. October's coming up soon. And I would like to still go to a spook house. If they would.
For our new listeners, that's what Alan calls a haunted house. Calls it a spook house.
Spook house.
And I'll let it happen. It just comes off his lips.
Go back and
whenever he said, "Joe, you want to go to Spook House?" I was like, "Yes, I do. I do now."
It's the first season, and that was after our Blair Witch startup on the Adams trip. That was our October release, but it's hilarious. Doritos.
It brings me in focus. This is a visual calibrator.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do one
calibrate your camera. Doesn't even say it on there.
Mm-mm.
All right. I got you. Oh.
So my kids have been waiting for this for a week. We bought them last weekend. So they've been sitting in my closet, and everybody's like, have you opened the bag yet? Not yet. Now I can take them to the kitchen and say,
Same here.
Have fun.
Same here.
See your kids out there, especially your little girl going, Daddy, I need those now.
Yeah, she got them. She said, when are you going to have your show? And I said, you can open them if you want to. She goes, no, I want to be fresh.
I love it. All right. Well, for the most part, had a great time tonight, Joey. Let's look at doing this again real quick. I'm planning on going out and find our next set of chips. And whenever you find them, Joey, or when I find them, we'll get them shot. And we're looking for unique chips, not burn your freaking mouth chip. We're looking for a unique chip. So please go onto our Facebook account and throw it up there. If Joey and I can find these chips, we're going to eat them. And also, we're going to put this little tidbit on Facebook as well, so that way everybody can see what we're talking about without having to go through the whole YouTube channel, because people are like, man, these guys ain't talking about nothing. We always talk about nothing.
You got it. You figured out the formula, dude. Like,
we might be talking about
nonsensical talk. It wasn't like a leap, like to how are we going to call this? Like, what are we going to call this show?
Especially when people said, why don't y'all just get on the camera and start talking the way y'all talk? Well, guess what? This is the way we talk. We have to get Mark back into it too, because I know that it's just as bad when he gets into the middle of it as well. We find a lot of tangents, if you will.
I feel like we're the talkative ones around Mark, though. Like,
I think he likes to wait to say something.
He's always looking at us like this. Man! Like,
we love you, Mark. Keep it real. Well, as for everybody else out there, we thank you for sitting with us again here for another little show, and hopefully you join us for our next little show, where we're talking about something totally different, or we might bring up the same crap. Who knows? It just happens. It just morphs. But have no fear, Pops is here.
Alan is a grandfather. So, I like Pops. Hey guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, take care of one another until we see you next time.
We love you.